Hi everyone and welcome to our first Little Gymnasts at Home session. I'm Ruth and I'm going to take you through some gymnastics today. So I'm sure if you're like me, you've been missing your gymnastics over the last few weeks, and this is just a little taster to get us back into it. You will need a little bit of space, not loads. A good place to do it would probably be outside, but if the weather's no good and you're doing it inside, just make sure you've got enough space so you're not kicking furniture and things like that. If you've got a mat, great. If you haven't, then it's not essential, but if you're on a hard floor, you probably will need a mat inside. The way the session's going to work is we're going to do a pulse raising game to start with, then we're going to do a few stretches, not too many, and then we're going to do some challenges, and then we're going to work on a little sequence. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do a pulse raising warm up. So we've got to raise our heartbeats. So the game we're going to play is a question game. This is a game that we play in our classes and all the children love it. So we're going to try this one. So the way that the game goes is you need to find a space, sit on your bottom. I am going to ask you some questions to which the answer is either yes or no. So if the answer for you is no, just stay sat on your bottom. If the answer is yes, you need to get up and do 3 jumping jacks. So I'll just show you what a jumping jack looks like this. You need to get up and do 3 of these. And then you sit back down on your bottom. Okay, so we're going to start now. Remember, if the answer is no, just stay sat down. And if the answer is yes, you need to do your 3 jumping jacks. Okay, are we ready? So the first question is, have you eaten your breakfast this morning? So if you have, you need to get up and do your jumping jacks. If you haven't, then you stay sat down. Okay, next question. Have you cleaned your teeth this morning? Hope so. So if you have, get up and do your jumping jacks. If you haven't, stay sat down on your bottoms. Okay, next question. Are you going to school today? Some people might be. If you are, get up and do your jumping jacks. If not, just stay on your bottom. Okay, next one. Are you wearing something with blue on it? Are you wearing something with pink on it? Are you wearing something with yellow on it? Are you wearing something with green on it? Are you wearing something with black on it? Are you wearing something sparkly? Okay, I hope I got everybody there with one of those. Next question, you ready? Do you like tomatoes? All right, next question. Do you like pizza? Usually a popular one, that one. Do you like chocolate? Surely not. And the last one for this section, do you like broccoli? Yum yum. Okay, next question, we ready? Have you been to France? If you have, get up and do your jumping jacks. If you haven't, just stay sat on your bottom. Have you been to Spain? Not recently, probably, but next question. Have you been to Wales? Okay, brilliant. Right, next one. Can you whistle? So if you can whistle, get up, do your jumping jacks, and if you can't, just stay sat on your bottom. Next one. Can you count in another language? Okay, if you can, get up. If you can't, stay sat on your bottom. Next one. Ooh, this is a good one. Have you been doing any chores at home? Hope so. And last one. Do you like gymnastics? So hopefully everyone's up doing their jumping jacks now. Brilliant. Okay, so you should have done quite a few jumping jacks there, I think. So that means you're nice and warm, ready for the next set of exercises. Okay, so now we've got nice and warm, our pulses are raised, our hearts are beating. We need to do some stretches just before we get into our gymnastics. So you will need to make sure you're in a space, and I'm going to take you through the stretches now. Okay. So we're going to start off. We need to start with the legs shoulder width apart, and we're just going to look at our toes and look at the ceiling, and down, and up, and down, and up, and then to the side, and to this side, and to this side. Try not to go too fast so you don't get dizzy. And then shrug those shoulders, a big shrug, and then big circles back, like this, and then forward. Okay, and we're going to do our stretches up like this. And then we'll see if we can do this still. We're going to put our hands behind us like this. And then we're going to see if we can go over. Try and keep your legs straight. And like this. It's quite hard when you haven't done this for a while. And then stretch up like this again. And then over to the side. Brilliant. Okay. And then we're going to do some stretches over to the side. And up. And a reach. And up. And reach. And up. And then a big stretch up to the ceiling, and see if you can touch the floor. See if you can do it without bending your legs. Ooh. And then a big stretch up, and then see if you can touch the floor. Once you're down, see if you can walk your hands over to one of your feet. And then go back round to the other foot, and back round to the other foot, and back round to the other foot. Okay, now we're going to jump our feet together, and we're going to crouch down, put our hands flat on the floor, very gently. And we're going to see if we can lift our bottoms up and get our legs nice and straight. So do it nice and slow. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and lift. Ow, ow, ow. That's quite painful. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Brilliant. Give your legs a shake. Okay, so we're going to put hands on our hips, big circles. All the way around and the other way. And then arms out to the side. Tiny little circles. And we'll go bigger and bigger, and see if you can brush your ears out. Ooh, touching the light. That's it, big stretches, and then all the way forward. And then from the top, see if you can go one forward, one back, like that, and see if you can go the other way. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to sit in straddle, like this. Make sure your back's nice and straight, toes are pointed, and we're going to reach over and up, and reach and up and reach. And then out to the front, see how far you can stretch. I can't go very far. See how far you can stretch without letting your legs come up. So you're going to keep your legs nice and straight and stretch forward as far as you can. Okay, give your legs a little shake. And then stretch them forward, arms up to the ceiling, and then see if you can stretch forward towards your toes. Brilliant. Okay, grab your feet so you can take them for a little walk. And then hold your toes. If you've still got hold of them, see if you can bring your chest down towards your legs. Ow, 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 ow. Brilliant. Okay. Cross your leg over. Little circle with your ankle. And then the other one. Just getting our ankles nice and warm in case we're doing any jumping. And then stretch one forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. And both of them, and then stretch them forward and point them, and up, and point, and stretch. Okay. Onto our hands and knees. And we're going to put our hands out in front of us like this, nice and flat. And then you're going to try and push your armpits down to the floor. Like this. And then we're going to push down and see if we can get our hips on the floor. And bring your hips towards your hands. Okay, and then stretch out again like this. And forward. Okay. Give your wrists a little shake. And we're going to do our spaghetti. Meatballs, and then we're going to put some cheese on top and some ketchup, and I think the girls invented some other ones, salt and pepper. Okay, and up onto your knees like this now. Right, we're going to have a go at splits. So you need to go up on your knees like this, put your leg right in front, make sure your foot is in front of your knee, put your hands forward, and then we're going to stretch forward like this. And then straighten your front knee and bring your chest down towards your leg. Ow. And then stretch, just do it nice and gently. Don't do anything that's hurting too much. And stretch forward. You're going to put your hands flat on the floor, either side of your leg. And then you're going to see how far you can go. Oh, gosh, I haven't done this for ages. See how far you can go, and then hold it there. Don't worry if you can't get all the way, just go as far as you can and then hold it. Oh gosh. Okay, right, on your knees again. Pick your other leg, hands on your knee, and then stretch forward. Make sure your foot is in front of your knee, and stretch back, and then forward, and back, hands either side, and then slide your back leg out. I don't think I can show you my left leg. Okay, and hold it there. See how far you can get. What happens when you haven't done it all for a while is you stiffen up, so don't worry about that. You just need to practice a little bit, that's all. Okay, well done. Give your legs a shake. Okay, brilliant. Well done. So we're going to crack on with the session now. Right, so now that we've warmed up, we are ready to start our gymnastics. We are going to work on some challenges, some rolling challenges today. So roll is a very important part of gymnastics, and there's lots of different elements to it, so it's quite varied. You need to make sure that if there's anything that you're not confident with, or you haven't tried before, that you don't go ahead and do it. Okay, you need to work within your ability level. Most of the things we're going to do are quite straightforward, but please make sure that you can do this safely within the space that you're in. Okay, so the way it's going to work, I'm going to give you some challenges and you're going to work through them. The first one we're going to work on is pencil rolls. So pencil rolls are basically you're going to roll sideways from a dish shape to an arch shape, and you're going to try and do it without letting your feet and your hands touch the floor. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a variation of a pencil roll so we know what we're doing, and then you're going to have a go. Okay, so we start off in a dish shape, and then we're going to roll into an arch shape. So a nice dish with your back on the floor, and we're going to roll into an arch, and then back over into a dish, and then you're going to see if you can go back and hold your dish again. Okay, so you're going to have a go at that, and you're going to see how many, if you can keep going for 30 seconds without stopping and without letting your hands and feet touch the floor. Okay. The other thing is you need to try and make sure you're in a straight line, so not wibbling and wobbling all over the place. So you need to keep your body nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, and sorry, you're going to pause the video, and when you pause the video, you're going to see if you can do it for 30 seconds without stopping. Okay, are you ready? And off you go. Okay, so hopefully you managed to do that one. Keep going for 30 seconds. It is quite hard. It really works your core muscles. So we're going to move on to one that's perhaps a little bit easier now, which is the teddy bear roll, which is quite a fun one. I'm going to show you how to do it. The main thing is to try and keep your body nice and tight. Once you go all flopping like jelly, it doesn't really work. So we're going to try and keep nice and tight with this one. So I'll show you how it works, and then we can have a go. So are you ready onto the mat here? Basically, you've got to start off in a straddle. So you need to make sure that your straddle is nice and tight. Okay, you're going to try grab hold of your ankle, so you've got to lean forward, you've got to squeeze your legs nice and tight. And you're going to lift one leg up, and you've got to roll over and maintain your straddle shape the whole way. Okay, so I'll just have a go. Now I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go to there. So you can either, once you've got to the straddle shape, you're back in the shape that you started but the other way, you can either go back the opposite way like this. You lift that leg and come over to here, so you're back where you started, or you can carry on going around the same way like this, and then you can go around in a full circle. So you can choose which way you go. You tend to find it easier to go one way. I find it easier to go that way because I prefer my right leg. Okay, so it's up to you. So the main thing is keep your legs nice and straight, keep your body squeezed, and you're going to see if you can keep going with teddy bear rolls for 30 seconds. Now, it doesn't sound a long time, but to keep your body squeezed for that amount of time is quite tough. So you're going to have a go. So pause the video now and set it and see if you can time yourself for 30 seconds to do teddy bear rolls. Okay, off you go. Okay, how did you get on with that one? It made me a little bit dizzy actually. So we're going to move on now. We're going to do our next roll, which is a different type of roll called a shoulder roll. Now, you need to be very careful with this one. So you're either doing it on a mat or on some grass outside. You just need to be careful that you're not putting your shoulder on the floor too heavily, because you don't want to hurt your shoulder. Okay, so you need to place it down nice and carefully. Okay, so basically you're starting on your knees and then you're going to roll over your shoulder and you're going to come up onto the other knee. You might need to watch this a couple of times if you've not done it before, but I'll show you how it's done. So basically you need to start off on one knee with your leg out to the side like this. So you're going to go sideways. So we're like this with our leg out nice and straight and our knee bent here. So you're going to roll towards the bended knee. So you're going to come down towards the floor, and as you come down you've got to lean in so that your shoulder's going to go on the floor. So you've got to get yourself right down onto the floor, and then your legs come out and straddle, and then you're going to roll over and back into the same position on the other leg. Okay, so I'm going to try it the other way now. So I'm on the bended knee, my other leg is straight. I'm going to lean in towards the floor on the bended knee, bring my shoulder down to the floor, roll over my back into straddle and up. Okay, let's try it one more time. I'm going to go that way and this way. Okay, so make sure your arms are nice and tucked in when you're rolling, and you're trying to roll over your back and come out in the same position again on the other side. Okay, bit out of breath now. So you're going to, again, see if you can keep going backwards and forwards with your shoulder rolls for 30 seconds. Try and make sure that you're doing them neatly. So it's not about doing them as fast as you can, it's about making them look as neat as you can. So nice and tight again. Okay, so you're going to pause the video and off you go. So hopefully you managed to keep going on that challenge, and we're going to move on to our next challenge now, which is going to be our forward rolls. So we all love a good forward roll. We're going to make this a little bit harder than just doing a forward roll, because we're going to try and make sure that you are doing them properly and landing with your feet nice and flat. Now, a way that we can do that is by asking you to do a little jump on the end of it, so that makes sure your landing has to be good. So just remember on your forward rolls, we have to make sure our hands are nice and close to our feet, our bottoms need to go up in the air, and if our head is touching the floor, we need to make sure it's right at the back here and never this part here. Okay, and we need to be in a nice tuck shape and landing with our feet nice and close to our bottoms, otherwise we won't be able to stand up. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to do a forward roll followed straight away by a star jump. So that means your landing has to be spot on. And then you're going to do a little jump half turn and then back into the forward roll again. Okay, so I'm just going to show you and then we'll have a go. We start over here with your arms up in the air, and I'm going to do a forward roll straight into our star jump. Okay, so we're going to do a forward roll into start jump, into jump half turn, into forward roll, into star jump, jump half turn, star jump. Okay, now you're going to see if you can keep going with that one for 30 seconds. Don't rush, it's quite hard work. You need to make sure that your landings on your roll are good. So take your time, make sure you get the good landing position, straight into the star jump, and then a nice controlled jump half turn. Okay, so you're going to pause the video and then, a bit out of breath. See if you can do that for 30 seconds. Okay, off you go. Okay, well done everybody. So now that we've practiced all those different types of rolls, we're going to try and include them in a little sequence. So we're going to try and link them together. So you're going to need to copy what I do. Every now and again you're going to need to pause the video to break down the sequence so that you can remember it all. Okay, so we'll get started. So you're going to start somewhere in your space with your feet together like this and your arms by your side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little flick out with our hands to the side and a lean forward. So we're going to go like this. And then bring your hands down and you're going to flick your arms out to the front. Make sure your legs are nice and straight. Okay, and then hands back down and we're going to jump forward and circle our arms down so we come into a crouch like this. Okay, so you can hold that crouch position. Alright, then we're going to put our hands down on the floor and we're going to jump our left leg out to the side like this. Okay. Nice and straight with that leg. We're going to jump off and back in and jump our other leg out to the side. Okay, brilliant. Now we're going to go onto our knee and put our arms out to the side now like this. Okay, brilliant. So I think you need to pause the video now and practice that one. Okay. Okay, so you're now in this position. And what do we think we're going to do now? Well, we're in a perfect position to do our shoulder roll, aren't we? So we're going to do our shoulder roll. Remember to get that shoulder carefully on the floor. So from your arms out, you need to bring your arm in, over your shoulder, and back into this position. And then see if you can go all the way back as well. Brilliant. Okay. From there, we're going to step to the side. And do a little jump off turn. Okay, so we're in a nice landing position here. Alright, I think you should pause the video here and see if you can practice that part. So, from our landing position here, we're going to go into a forward roll into straddle. So you're going to do a forward roll straight into a straddle sit position. Okay. Alright, so from your straddle sit position, we're in the ideal shape to do our teddy bear roll. So whichever way you want to go. We're finishing our straddle position where we started, and then we're going to bring our legs together into a pike. Big stretch up to the ceiling, touch your toes, and then all the way back into a dish. Okay, from there, I think you should pause the video and practice. Okay, so from our dish position, we're going to see if we can do a pencil roll without putting our hands and feet down. Brilliant. Okay, so from here, we're going to rock and see if you can stand. Little jump off turn. Okay, and then we're going to finish with our forward roll straight into our star jump. Are we ready? And that's the end of the sequence. Okay, so now that we've practiced all the different elements of the sequence, we're going to see if we can link them together. So you can do it at the same time as me. Just take your time, don't rush because you might get a little bit out of breath. Well, I do anyway. So let's have a go. Start here, nice and tall, arms by our side. Okay, arms out to the side and forward. Going to do a jump round, hands into crouch, hands on the floor, jump your foot out to the side, and together, and your other foot out to the side. Onto your knee, arms out, big stretch. And we're going to go into our shoulder roll. And then back. And hold. And then we're going to twist around. Hold your landing position. We're going to have forward roll to straddle sit now. Okay, hold that straddle shape. Legs together, big stretch up to the ceiling. So toes. Down into the dish. Pencil roll. Hold that dish. So you can rock to stand, jump half turn, and then we're going to do our forward roll to start, jump to finish. Ta-da! Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the sequence. Don't forget at the end to do a present and a big smile. You've done really, really well. It's very hard to keep going and linking all those moves together. So you've managed to do that really well done. And what you could do now to make that a bit more fun is to pick your favourite song and see if you can do the sequence to music. I haven't done that today because I was trying to concentrate, but you could do that and see if you can link it. And I'd love to see any videos that you've got of you doing the sequence either to music or without music. Okay, well done everybody, you've done really, really well. So to finish, we're just going to do a few little cool down exercises just to make sure we're nice and relaxed after our gymnastics. So if you go and find yourself a space, sit yourself on your bottom, going to give your legs a little shake like this, nice and relaxing. Okay, then we're going to lie down, and we're going to bring our knee up to our chest like this and just hugging your knee, nice and relaxing. Okay, and then the other one, bringing your knee, hug your knee, and then feet together like this, and we're just going to drop our knees to the side, arms out, nice and relaxed, up to the front and to the other side. Okay, take a few deep breaths, nice and relaxed. Okay, so. Okay, we're done guys. Thank you so much for joining in. You've done really, really well. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel and you tell all your friends about it. We'll be doing sessions regularly. I'll update you on our Facebook page as to when they're going to be. But make sure you comment as well and tell us what you thought of the session. Okay, see you later.